What's up, guys? So in this video, I got two sections. The first section is covering doing the basics and how that can literally change your life. Then in the second section, I'm going to be talking specifically to people with goals, in particular business owners, and I'm going to explain why your business isn't growing as fast as it should be. And then lastly, I'm going to share with you some action steps so that you don't leave this video asking like, what the heck do I need to do now? Like, you told me all this information, but I don't know what to do. All right, I'm not gonna leave you hanging. So let's get into it. The first thing is do the basics. I cannot stress this enough, right? As a human being, if you want to live a good life, you cannot neglect the basics, right? So like, there's a lot of people who walk around tired all the time, depressed, stressed, feeling anxiety, right? Feeling lazy, feeling sluggish. They feel all of these negative emotions and they think that they don't know what to do, right? They think that they're stuck when in reality, there is a lot you can do to address these feelings, right? And that's basically doing all of the things that you were taught as a little kid, right? Eat healthy, exercise, sleep, right? Very basic things that if you were to fix them, you actually stand a chance at feeling good, right? Because you can't say, oh, I'm depressed, oh, I'm anxious, oh, I'm tired, and like as if it's just like some magical thing that happens to you, when in reality, you're depressed because you are tired all the time, because you don't sleep enough, you're always eating bad food, so your health is poor, you don't move around, so you don't have a lot of energy, right? And so you can't say you're depressed as a chemical dysfunction if you don't actually address these basic core biological functions, right? Not to attack anybody out there. I know there are people who do have depression and it's like because of some chemical imbalance, but you cannot confirm that that's the case if you're not doing the basics to make yourself feel good. All right. So again, I cannot stress this enough. Do the very, very basics because that's the only way you stand a chance on feeling good. If you're always feeling bad, that's because you are neglecting the fundamental things that are required to feel good. All right. I hope that got through because that's a very, very important one. Because if you're tired, you can't build a business or chase your dreams, right? If you are always feeling lazy and sluggish and depressed and anxious, you cannot do big things in this life because you need your brain sharp if you're gonna stand a chance at actually competing in the world. All right. Now, the second section is to business owners or people with goals, right? So if you're a business owner, the reason why your business is not growing as fast as it should, it's probably because you're not doing the basics of business, right? For example, you're not doing the things you know would actually make your business grow. Like if you're a company that depends on cold calls for getting business, if you're not doing 100 cold calls a day, for example, you know that would 100% make your business grow faster, right? But if you're not doing them, you cannot complain about business being slow, right? Because there is a function in your business that you know if you worked on it would increase the amount of customers you face, that you would increase the amount of customers that walk through the door. So as a business owner, before you take another business course on how to scale a company, before you take another sales training program for your whole business, before you spend another dime on making your business better, first focus on all the basics, right? All the things you know you should do, right? Once you have all of those down and you know you're crushing it, you know you're making as many calls as you can make, you know you're putting out as many ads as you can put out, you know you're giving the best service possible, you know your customers are experiencing the best product you could possibly give them. Once you've got that secured and locked, then you can go learn the new tricks and tips on how to maximize growth, right? But before we get into any of that, we always have to first start out with the basics, make sure we're crushing them. Once we're there, that's when there is space for us to start looking for new things to start doing. All right. So for people with goals, it's the same thing, right? Before you try to find the new weight loss hack, right? Before you try to find the new diet trick that helps you lose as much weight as possible, first focus on the basics of moving more and eating less, right? Once you know you're getting as much exercise in as you can and you're eating as healthy as you can, right? Then you can start exploring how to eat better, how to exercise more specifically. But please, please, please focus on crushing the basics. That's how we move forward. That's how we get really anything done. And so, all right, with all that being said, right, I hope that I got through. I hope you now are like, I need to do the basics. The basics are where it's at. If you're there, then this is what you need to do to make sure you're actually hitting the basics. All right, so whatever you're working on, you need to write out what the basics are for your business. All right, for us right now, our basics are cold calling and providing the best moving service that we can, right? Because this is the work we're doing for our client. Until we're calling as many clients as we can, and until we are given a killer script that we know converts really, really well, then there is nothing else we need to be focused on, right? So that means we need to track how many cold calls we're making, how well we're converting each day, and if we can do that successfully every single day, then we're gonna start looking for new channels for acquiring customers, right? And so for you, let's say you're trying to lose weight, because that's a very easy one. Track how many calories you're eating every day, right? Track whether you exercised or not that day. And if you're killing it every single day you're eating less calories than you're spending, then if you're eating as little calories as possible and you're working out as much as possible and you're doing this on a regular basis, then you can start looking for new ways to lose weight. And of course, most fundamentally for all of us, we need to track if we're sleeping 8 hours every day. We need to track if we're eating nutritiously every day, and we need to track if we're exercising every day, right? Once we track these down and we know we're killing it every single day, right? And we still feel bad, then maybe we can go look for doctors and therapists to help us address our struggles in our head. All right, so that's the video right there, guys. Do the basics, track the basics, make sure they're getting done, then we can worry about getting more advanced later. But that was all I got on this one. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.